Greetings to you. I'm Brother James Muhammad, a student in the ministry of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and your host for this week's segment of Closing the Gap broadcast. We want to welcome all of our viewing and listening audience, those of you who are regular in your participation in our broadcast. We thank Allah so much for you. And of course, we are always hopeful that there will be some who are viewing the broadcast for their first or second or third time. We like the new ones as well. But for those of you who tune in regularly, you know that we always invoke the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom all praise is due, the Lord of the worlds. We thank Almighty God Allah for his merciful intervention in our affairs in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. We thank him for raising up from our midst his messenger, Messiah, the exalted Christ, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, through whom we have been given our beloved and blessed Redeemer, the Messiah of the Christ in our midst. And I refer to him as my personal savior. The man of whom I speak is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is in their names that I'm very happy to greet all of you with the greeting words of peace, those of you in the studio, and of course in our viewing and listening audience. We say once again, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
All praises due to Allah. And we are very thankful to Almighty God Allah to be hosting once again our dear brother and sister who have been working diligently for several years. We'll talk about how long they've been working to ensure that we as believers and anyone who is blessed to attend their events and of our people and all people who may lend an ear to their advice, to their guidance, to their inspiration, and their wonderful example of the journey of marriage. Yes. I'm talking about our dear brother and sister, Brother Marcus Muhammad and Sister Cecelia Muhammad. We're very, very happy to see you once again to talk about the upcoming marriage retreat.
Yes, sir.
In August. All praises due to Allah. I want to extend the love and greetings of our dear sister, Stala Muhammad. I think they are celebrating what is referred to as a fun day in Chicago. And of course, she wanted to participate as well as she should. But she's always here with us, if not physically, but definitely in spirit. So I'll extend the greetings from her to you of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
All praises due to Allah. And of course, we are honored, and I consider it a blessing and a privilege to be joined by our dear brother, student minister Chad Muhammad of Muhammad Mosque number 47, our illustrious co-host. I'm so thankful to Allah that he is with us this evening, as he always is every Saturday. And Brother Chad, if you'd like to give
praise be to Allah. I am also excited and thankful to be here. It's good to see my brother and sister again. I know we done had them on the show. every time they get ready to do this event. So we got some questions loaded. We want to also get those that's listening in, make sure you're tuning in and ask your questions about the topic of the day, dealing with marriage, the cornerstone of family.
Absolutely. And that is a phrase and term that those of you, of course, who follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and his message, you're familiar with that term. And the reality of it is, as a cornerstone holds up the building or the structure, so it is that marriage holds up the structure of family. And we want to hear from our dear brother and sister some wonderful pearls of wisdom. They've been married. I'm going to read the Bible. They've been married 33 years. And marriage, I love, Brother Marcus, Sister Cecelia, I love the way you put it on your bio. You have been on the journey towards marriage. And that's right and exact, because it is a journey, you see. And on that journey, of course, there are trip hazards, bumps in the road, trials, difficulties, but there's also joy and ease. As the Quran says, with difficulty, there is ease. With difficulty, there is surely ease. And so you can't have one without the other. So we welcome you once again. I want to read your bio again. If there are any updates that I'm not reading, you feel free to add them. Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia Muhammad have been in the process of becoming married. I like that. I just really like that. For the last 33 years. They met while they were in high school together and were high school sweethearts. They are the parents of 6 very active children. Both Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia Muhammad are active, registered believers in the Nation of Islam under the leadership and guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for nearly 30 years. All praise is due to Allah. Brother Marcus is also the director of the Youth and Adult Intervention Services and Training Institute, Incorporated. He is a nationally recognized motivational speaker and trainer of both youth and adults, and is one of the new authors of the highly acclaimed book for husbands, Marriage Leadership: How to Lead Your Wife and Children in These Troubled Times. And that, of course, that guidance is essential. Cecelia and Marcus are both NOI auditors. And you can explain what, of course, we know what it is, but if you'd like to take time to explain what that means in the course of the program, we welcome that. Together, they have produced hundreds of motivational CDs and other books. Sister Cecelia is a manager for the Chimes Solutions Company. She is also an independent consultant for Immunotech Research and distributes the magnificent Immunical product. This product essentially contains raw milk in powdered form. Together, they host bi-weekly internet webinars to strengthen both couples and single brothers and sisters. Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia also provide marriage counseling to many people throughout the nation and the community. Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia are blessed to be extremely talented presenters that will offer practical and inspirational information to help your marriage. In addition to being the main yearly marriage retreat facilitators, they are frequently invited throughout the country to host workshops and singles. I guess that's a retreat.
Yes.
Is due to Allah. Well, welcome once again, my dear brother and sister, to Closing the Gap broadcast.
Thank you.
Wonderful to have
Thank you so much.
Looking forward, of course, to the information and to the upcoming marriage retreat.
Allahu Akbar, brother. We
Praise
look forward to you being there as well.
Yes, sir. Now, the floor is yours.
Well, we're very happy to be here, brother. And brothers, thank y'all so much for having us. We always begin in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. I too bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his messenger. I thank Allah over and over and over again for that beautiful brother who I happened to one day see at the mosque in Chicago, and he was teaching who is God. And oh my God,
yes, sir.
I was so overwhelmed by that message that I came back and told everybody, I know who God is.
Oh, praise you.
That I know who God is. And I was so happy that I'd heard that message. And I'm so happy to be here with you all today with my beautiful wife. And we're so happy to be a part of this program. Thank you so much for having us.
All praise is due to Allah. The gratitude and the honor is ours, dear brother and sister. It's wonderful to have you here with this very, very, very important guidance. Marriage, of course, is the cornerstone of family. And perhaps you'll get into some statistical information that supports and justifies and underscores the need for this kind of broadcast, this kind of show, this kind of retreat that is coming up in August. But let's get right into it. I want to, though, if I may, ask you to give a brief explanation as to why you don't say that we have been married for 33 years, but rather you say we're in the process. How does one stay in the process of being married when, for the most part, people believe that once those vows have been uttered in the presence of witnesses and a preacher or an imam or minister, then the deal is done, you see? But let us know why you say process.
Cecelia?
That is because we've been taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that you are not married, like he said, past tense. You're in a continuous moving process. So it's the process of marriage, so you're on a journey. You're traveling along this journey together, like you said, the bumps, the knocks, the trials, the tribulations. And that's why we say that. Once our minister corrects what's the proper verbiage terminology, then that's the terminology we want to be found using.
That's right. All praise is due to Allah. Well, wonderful response. It's interesting that it's referred to as a journey for those who are taking the journey for the first time, and even those who are repeating the journey, because no matter how many times you take it, and hopefully everyone strives to be on that one journey for the duration. But sometimes there are those of us who have to take the journey again and again. However, each time there's difference. But for the first time, as any journey that you are undertaking for the first time, you don't know necessarily what to expect. So it's kind of OJT. There's some principles, of course, that in preparation for marriage, we've been counseled and, of course, we've been taught. But the reality of it is, it's a journey of unexpected events. And these, of course, are the events that we have to navigate. These are the events we have to weather. Oh, all praise is due to Allah. Wonderful representation. All right, I'm going to turn it over to my dear brother, student minister, Chad Muhammad.
Thank you, sir. So for our listener audience, of course, we're dealing with the subject title, marriage, the cornerstone of family. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in the lecture, The Divine Value of Women, that the family is the cornerstone of the nation, and it's the family is broken, the nation is broken.
That's right.
So my question to both of you is, what is the divine purpose of marriage according to the teachings of the Nation of Islam?
Excellent.
The divine purpose of marriage, like it again, because we're taught that marriage is half of our faith. And just listening to know that if it's half of my faith, then if I'm not practicing that part, I am missing half of what I'm supposed to do.
That's right.
And again, the minister said to us in the articles, and he said it in lectures, that we don't want to abort that process, because the same trials and tribulations that you have on the journey with Allah as an individual, you're going to go through that same trial as a husband and a wife.
That's right.
Why? Our Quran teaches us the man is not like the woman, and the woman is not like the man. So if we're told that by our very nature of our creation that we are different, then what does that look like in a relationship when you got two different people, first of all, and then you got man and woman with two different natures? But what we need to remember, those two natures make up Allah. So as a husband, as a wife, the more we study our husbands, the more we study our wives, and we're looking at them as a God. You're not the God, but we are a God. So we're going to learn different characteristics, different traits from each other. And when we start to put them together, we're making up Allah.
That's right. All praises to Allah.
Beautiful.
And some scholars use the verbiage that marriage is the completion of your faith, which is very interesting, because Allah declares in the Quran, on a day, this day, in fact, I have completed my favor upon you. So the completion of God's favor is related to the completion of the man and woman in marriage. That's my humble opinion.
That's true.
Yes.
All praise is due to Allah.
Well put. Praise be to
Go
Allah.
right ahead, Brother Minister.
All right. And then along with that, I just wanted to ask, how does the knowledge of self influence how a husband and wife treat each other?
I can tell you, brother, that the knowledge of self is everything to a marriage. That's a mature marriage. If you're just trying to wing it, then you don't necessarily need knowledge of self, because you ain't trying to practice none of it anyway. But when you're trying to practice the knowledge of self, then you know that you want to study what God is giving you in that woman, and study what God is giving you in that man, because they're growing. They're not going to be the same way tomorrow than they were today. And it's a study that you have to take on. And most of us are not studying. We're not studying our partner the way we should be studying our partner. That's why we're not lasting 33 years. We're not lasting 43 years. We're not lasting 53 years, because we're too quick to give up the ghost. We're too quick. As soon as something happens, I don't want you anymore. That's it. It's over. It's over. That's our thing. We say that over and over to each other, and that's wrong. You have to be. You have to have patience. You have to sit down and study her study him.
Yes.
Oh my God. Some responses are not worthy of responding to right away. Some responses require a little bit of time. And sometimes you have to say, as a man to a woman, that, can I get back with you about that? And get back to her within a day's time. Don't take 2 and 5 and 7 to 10, 15 days.
Yes.
A day's time to study what she said to you. Because sometimes she says things that are very powerful, and you
Yes.
need to listen to what she's saying, and she needs to listen to what the husband is saying. A husband don't waste a lot of words. It's been my experience with the Black man that we are very succinct. We say what we got to say, and we get up off of it. And I think that women should study men again. Because if you have a man, and you're very fortunate if you do, if you have a man, you have to know that he's not wasting any words with you. And he says what he means, and he means what he says. That's as simple as I can put it to you, my friend.
Beautiful. That's well put. You made me think about the minister in study guide number 12, how he talk about, he said, if you truly know yourself, you will begin to know your mate.
Yes, come on.
He said we must be re-educated to love ourselves before we can love one another. And I think that is very important, you know.
Yes,
Great
sir.
Allah. Thank you. Great answer.
All praise is due to Allah. You know, dear brother, and I'd like your take on this, both of you, actually. As a student in the ministry, we have counseled many, many couples. One of the principles that I share, and this, of course, is as a result of experience, I share with them that there are basic principles that give guidance to the process of marriage and also the process of courting, but to the process of marriage. But then I caution them and say, people are different under contractual obligations.
Yes.
And this is why we don't get into boyfriend and girlfriend, because girlfriend and boyfriend don't have a contractual obligation to one another. So when you are courting, and it's not necessarily the commitment of marriage, you know, brother, we put our best foot forward, because we definitely want to be successful.
Yes, sir.
In our endeavor to get that wonderful sister.
Yes.
That we have our eyes and our hearts on. So we put our best foot forward. But in that stage of the courtship, we're not necessarily under a contractual agreement or condition where there are impositions of contractual conditions, because marriage is a contract. And so when we are forced by contractual conditions, we may very well change. If you remember, it's always easier for us. I don't know why Mike is calling me. This is Brother Michael, our secretary. Is he trying to reach you, brother, and he can't reach you?
I won't worry about it. Yeah.
All right, I ain't gonna worry about it. But I didn't mean to interrupt the show, but he is the secretary of the mosque. I thought maybe he might have been trying to reach Brother Chad and couldn't reach him, so he's calling me to see if I could convey a message. But just a little respect. But as I was saying, you remember, Brother Marcus, when we were told to do something, but were given the option as to whether we would do it or not. That's a bit easier.
Yes.
And we're more inclined to participate and to agree and to comply. But when conditions are such that, look, this is what you got to do.
Right. That's right.
Then I caution the sisters, particularly the sisters, that people may change under the imposition of contractual conditions. So the person you're courting, once that person is under a contractual condition and agreement, you may experience a change in them, and therein lies the trial of marriage in the journey. Well, what is your take on that kind of advice, dear brother?
Well, I'm happy to hear you say contractual obligation, because we have so many brothers nowadays that don't feel like any kind of contract should be put on them. They don't believe in that. They don't believe in anything that's going to force them to even get married in a legally binding way.
Come on.
Yeah, look, brother, look. We understand what you're saying. We understand that you don't want to be held down by nobody and nobody tell you what to do and this and that and the other thing. However, you get married to a Black woman and you have to have some paperwork on the thing. You know, who is that brother? DMX.
Mm-hmm.
He got with a sister that he got 15 children. I think he had 15 children or so.
Wow.
He got 15 children.
Wow.
So
I
out
didn't
there.
know that. Huh?
But he was with one of them a long time, but he was never married to her.
Mm.
And when he died, all of a sudden, she went to the courthouse looking for her due.
Wow.
And they told her, do you have anything legally binding on him?
Wow.
And the answer was no.
Look at that.
No. See, when you don't have a legally binding document that you can present to the courts, that you are married to this woman. See, I did that with this woman.
Yes.
This is mine. Legally is mine.
Come on.
And I can tell you that you certainly want to have a legal stake in that man and that woman. Look, I could get sick and drop dead on this show.
Come on, brother. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not either, but Allah forbid. Allah forbid, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So what would she be able to take to the courts? If I dropped dead on this show, she would be able to say, I legally married that man.
That's right.
Here's my legal document to take to the courts. That's what we want to promote in our nation of Islam. Don't do nothing. The Quran tells us to have a legal document and witnesses.
That's right.
That you are being married to this woman. No secret stuff here. No abracadabra. No. If a brother's trying to court you, he wants to have a courtship with you, get out in the open. Let's do it legally, brother.
Right.
Let's do it legally, sister. And let's do it the right way. And Muhammad's way is the right way. Make no mistake about that.
That's right.
Muhammad wants to pray for you and teach you at the same time.
That's right. That's right. Praise be to Allah. I'm going to post a question from our listening audience, dear family. All right. Good question. He say, Solomon was the wise man, the wisest of them all. What lessons can we take away from him with all his wives? Or what betterment can we take away from our own, who we bear witness, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah?
The examples that we see and with the minister and Mother Khadijah, you see that word cornerstone. If it were not for the minister standing back up and having a wife that supported his journey, that supported his ministry, and we have heard her say, brother minister. She, so we've seen examples of how you are long suffering, no matter the trial, no matter the tribulations that he has shared with us of their relationship, seeing their 9 children, the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, extended family. That is an example of how he said, if it were not for my wife, he said, and I say this all the time to us, he said, my wife was a sponge for my foolishness.
Why did he say that again?
Now, we don't see that part.
Come on.
But the wife, you don't know what the children, he's giving us stories about how his children had to be, the sacrifices that they made, so each and every one of us could sit here and say, I bear witness that there's no God but Allah, and that Master Farah Muhammad came in person. See, it was a family. He wasn't a single brother. He came with a whole unit.
Yes.
And when you look at that and you have as a single brother and you come home, there's no support there for you. There's no one there. You're doing everything for yourself, by yourself. Oh, I'm living my best life. No, you're not.
You're not.
You're not living your best life. You're handicapped. You are handicapped. So for our brothers out there who are single, why? Just ask myself, why am I still single when Allah has given us a class of women who are being trained and taught how to take care of your husband, how to rear your children, how to sew, how to cook. They're in a class every Saturday teaching them how to be a woman of God. So what the purpose is the example. Once you see an example, you have two choices. They're going to show you what to do or what not to do.
That's right.
So I'm going to take the good stuff. I want to take what they're showing me. That when I get weary, when I be like, you know what? You know, we all have them points. I think of Mother Khadijah. She was a sponge for the minister's foolishness. She was a sponge. I mean, we have things that give us a checkmate to help us to keep on going. And when you're in something that's difficult, that's a trial, that's a tribulation, I want to know what I can connect to immediately to disconnect from the insanity of my own stinking thinking, negative thinking, lower thinking. So those examples we have to have. Every mosque, every church, everywhere has examples of where you see couples that have stood the test of time and continue. And so that's what we want. You want to be around those examples.
Yeah,
absolutely. All praises due to Allah. Thank you.
To Allah.
If I may add, since he put it in his question, posed it in his question, Solomon and all of his wives, what can we take away from him? Well, the first thing we could take away from that is to understand principally and essentially that polygamy, or the taking on of more than one wife, has to be something ordered by God.
Right.
Secondly, Solomon did not have our mission. Solomon was not dealing with ex-Negroes, if you will, that were deaf, dumb, and blind, made irresponsible, unresponsive, and abusive to their women. See, Solomon wasn't dealing with that. So, I mean, he mentioned all of his wives, but that is something that Allah God has to guide you into, and you better be certain that is God guiding you into it.
There you go. That part right there.
And not the Satan of self.
There you go. Come on,
guiding you into it. But there is a very important aspect of that, you know, and I mean, I won't belabor the point. He just put it in the question.
Yes,
so
sir.
I wanted to address it. There is an extremely significant reason why God permits that among his servants. You see. So
yes, sir.
We will let's move on.
Yes,
Praise be to Allah.
Yes. One is best if we but know, right?
That's right.
It's hard enough trying to work that, you know. So oh man, in the Holy Quran and Al-Nisa, it say, and live with them in kindness. But if thou dislike them, perhaps you dislike a thing, and Allah makes therein much good.
Go ahead.
You know, with that in mind, I wanted to ask, like, what are the most common spiritual or moral challenges that couples face in the nation of Islam, from your observation, and how should they be addressed?
We don't listen to each other well. We think we're listening. We're thinking we're listening, but we're really waiting for them to shut up so we can make our point. That's what we're doing. And we are so arrogant and full of ourselves because we've been taught a knowledge that makes us arrogant and full of ourselves if we don't if we improperly handle the knowledge that we're being taught. It is a great thing to be taught something, and it's a great thing to also, at the same time, simultaneously, you have to be humble with what you've been taught.
That's right.
And I can tell you that I was so arrogant. Oh my God. I didn't even see mother, because when you arrogant, your eye cannot see you.
That's right.
It cannot see you. And it took a little bubble. Cecelia was a bubble popper. She would pop my bubble for real. And I listened one day to her describe me to me. And I said, damn, am I really like that? And I was like that.
Wow.
And she deflated my ego a little bit from that point. And I'm telling you, there are times when I have to deflate our ego, because our egos are so out of control in the relationship. Is your ego out of control in your marriage? Do you think you the shizness? Do you think that your stuff don't stink? Yeah, I'm telling you, it does. And if nobody is telling you that it stinks, if you don't get that checkup from the neck up, if somebody is not telling you about how you look when you present yourself, all of us have to have somebody to be honest with us, and we have to have somebody to tell us the truth about me. Yes, you know, and I want to hear what you're saying, because I no longer am arrogant. I'm no longer filled with arrogance. I am a humble servant. At least I think I am striving to be a humble servant. And I want to be humble to the believers. And in my city where I live at, in Atlanta, Lord knows we got some stuff going on. We are so arrogant in a lot of our relationships. Arrogance is, we're sacrificing our relationship on the altar of arrogance. We're sacrificing our marriages because we're so full of ourselves that nobody can pull our coattail. If your wife can't pull your coattail and tell you the truth about you, then is that a problem? Yes, it's a problem.
Definitely.
She should be able to pull your, and guess what, sister? If you're arrogant, if you're the one with the problem, which is generally not the sister, it's the brother who's a little arrogant and full of himself. And I can tell you, sister, if that's you, if you're the one that's arrogant, listen to your husband. When he is tired of that arrogance, he's going to remove himself from you for a while. And let you do your thing. You do your thing. I'm going to do mine over here, because I can't take the arrogance no more.
Come on, bro.
Wow. You know, and a lot of times that's the problem in the marriage. We're so full of ourselves. You know, sister, you think because you're going to MGT class, you being taught the wisdom, that you should feel like a queen. You are a queen, but don't be talking like you're a queen. I'm a queen to the brother, because he's going to class too. He's hearing stuff about him. Is he walking around? I'm a god. You know, we need to be humble toward each other, more humble than we've ever been. And this next year, we need to really focus on talking quietly to our partner. And bringing them into what we're thinking. I was thinking this, honey. I have an idea that I would like to share with you. Are you open to hear my idea? Are you listen to that, Brother James? I asked her, are you open to hearing my idea? Brother Chad, I said, are you open? Not that I'm just going to express it because you listening. No, I want to ask her. I want to ask her permission before I share it.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm trying to get into that more with the believers. Asking is not telling somebody that you're going to do that. If you ask, then you shall receive. That's what the Bible says. If you ask, you shall receive. But if you ain't asking, if you just telling them, you ain't receiving nothing.
Right. Wow. That's good. That's good teaching right there,
Yes,
brother
sir.
Mark. Most definitely appreciate that. What I like to get into now, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us to take problems to Allah first,
Yes.
then to each other before involving outsiders. So, of course, today you have a lot of social media. People just go on social media and will let you have it.
Tell it all.
Can we talk about how should conflict be handled within a marriage under divine guidance?
Well, definitely what you just said, because it requires, when we are angry, when we are upset, we are not in our right mind.
Nope.
So we're going to say and do things because I'm on an emotional roller coaster. So when we calm ourselves down and really start to get into the practice of when we tell people to come up with a safe word. A safe word is that when you know you're having a discussion or issue where it's about to escalate, then let's use the safe word. Let's go to our separate spaces. Let's go pray. Sister, you go pray. Brother, you go pray. Let me calm down. Let me cool down. And then, because again, connecting ourselves immediately to Allah in prayer, I'd like to tell sisters, have something that you have that centers you immediately. One of the ones I like is to say, I am a woman of God, so I don't go cussing you out. You see, that's the reality, because we again, when we're talking about self-development, our Islam is to help align us in striving to be a divine people. But in order to do that, we have to have things that help us to stay on that line, because what we're taught, all you gotta do is scratch us and it's coming out. You know, it's coming out.
I believe that. Yes, ma'am.
Our husbands, wives, you know what buttons to press to get it out. You know, if that wife is calm and cool and she's trying to keep it together, you know, if that husband is calm and cool, they're not trying to escalate it. But you know, if I say this, it's about to be on.
That's right.
See, that's when, again, self-development now. Self-controlling my emotions. And now everywhere we hear emotional intelligence. Knowing how to control it, when to control it, when to do this, when to do that. Well, guess what? That's what we've been taught all these years, self-development. You know, it's the basis for community. Hello, people. This is your community. This is you. It's not just outside where you think, okay, I go outside my house. That's a community. No, you are the community. All these 9 organs, your brain, your mind, all of that. And so that is key in helping us to be able to control it. But again, having safe words, doing things that advance skills. That's what the marriage retreat is all about. By Allah's grace, over these last 15 years, people be like, well, I ain't going to go because they did. No. This is coming to receive solutions to help us to keep on this journey of marriage, to help us to stay in our right minds as much as we possibly can.
Right. Beautiful.
And the other thing, beloved, is with keeping God in the marriage.
Yes.
You know, that's the thing that our minister, Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, he drilled down on that point. Because we are so quick to put God in our back pocket.
Yes, we will.
We're so quick to take him off the stove anyway. This is me and your ego. That's all it is in the marriage, your ego. That's why it's not successful. Because your ego is involved and it takes over the room whenever you are in the room with your ego. And he drilled down on us, put Allah back into the marriage. Why did Allah get out the marriage? We stopped praying. You know, the Quran says that what brought your marriage into hell? What brought you into hell? We were not of those who prayed.
Absolutely.
That's what brought your marriage into hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guaranteeing you, if you and your husband would find the path back to Allah, it's not no long golden road that you have to go on. Just call on Allah, give him a dua, a prayer, ask him for his help and his guidance. Tell him, I've been greatly unjust to myself.
Yeah.
That's the prayer that we pray as Muslims, and that gets us going again. Per Minister Ishmael, that's the prayer that we need. Repentance and guidance back to Allah. Again, that there is no harm, no foul in bringing Allah back into your marriage.
Come on, brother. Yes, sir.
That because Allah is back in my marriage, oh, things are going lovely.
Come on.
Due to Allah. Yes,
we are going great. We never left, but
like that.
I can tell you that when God is in your marriage, Minister Farrakhan said you will know it by your wife. Does your wife even like you, brother? Does she like you? Does she listen to you as you deliver long khutbahs in the morning? Does she listen to you? Is she following after every word? Is she hungry for your voice in the marriage? I'm asking you. I don't know. I'm asking you. Is she hungry for your voice? Are you hungry for her voice? Do you like to hear her say, "Assalamu alaikum, baby"? You know, what does that do for him? Does that still do it for him? You know, and we change in the marriage over the years. Oh my God, we change. And as you are changing, you have to keep your wife, you have to keep your husband informed as to how you're changing. And I can tell you that I've changed significantly. I'm not the same old crusty Negro I was. I'm growing by Allah's grace to be a more polished, a more perfect example of what marriage does for me as a man through the FOI class that we have set up. I love it. I thank Allah for it. And I need to get to it more than I do.
Wow. Praise
to Allah, brother.
Beautiful answer. Absolutely.
Yes,
we got a question coming in from our from the guests listening in, our dear sister Priya. I'm gonna put this question up. She asked, she said, I've been hearing talk about how it's a bad idea to involve the state in our marriage and etc. Not have in a wedding that involved registering at the courthouse. What are your thoughts on that?
Say that again.
She's talking about getting married at the courthouse and whatnot, and she wants to know your thoughts on it, Cecelia.
Well, by Allah's grace, when I hear courthouse, as long as you're getting your marriage, first of all, the minister said when we are getting married, we need to do what? We need to go do blood tests. That's number one. The minister said we should not be getting married not doing blood tests. Number one, even if your state does no longer require it, we still should be getting blood tests.
That's right.
We still go to the courthouse to submit our paperwork to get our marriage licenses. And, and after we get married and sign them, submit it back to the courthouse. So because some of us will sign it and we ain't submit it back to the courthouse.
Ain't done nothing with it.
So it's like you didn't follow through all the processes. Now you have believers who again, people choose to do their marriage the way they want. You have believers who want to go to the courthouse and get married. Me personally, I'm like, why go to the courthouse? Just come to the mosque and say, hey, after Sunday mass, me and brother so-and-so, me and my wife, we want to get married. Sister, again, there's so many ways to do it. But again, whatever people's preferences are, that's their preference. But me personally, I'm like, come to the mosque. You know, the student minister, let them know, brother minister, we don't want a big deal. Can we just come in your office? You know, I bring again, the object is for us to do it within our under us,
Right.
as much as possible. Unless, again, what's the rush too? Because sometimes people don't want to be questioned.
Yeah.
We went to the courthouse real fast,
Yes.
and I'm hearing a lot of that people are going to the courthouse, they got married, and then they do a reception later because they don't want to spend a lot of money.
It was Luther Vandross.
Come on.
Who sang that song, A Secret Love.
Mm-hmm.
Said, a secret love. Why can't we tell somebody? A secret love. He said it never lasts as long. See, I'm not for the secret love. I'm not for that at all. If you got a love relationship with this brother, you got a love relationship with this sister, before y'all fornicate, get married, do it legally, get a blood test first, and then do it legally. Right. Because if you don't, then you're going to end up getting time out the mosque.
Come on.
So do it legally while you still can. A lot of us are choosing to go that other way, that the way of the world.
Yes.
We're laying down with each other. We're not courting. We're just doing straight up. I would say what the word is. But
we need to follow the process.
Follow the process. This is the process that Mr. Muhammad set up. That's for our success. It protects brothers and sisters, because the brother got more to lose than you do, sister. So protect the brothers in the mosque and get them to do it together with the sisters in the mosque. And there should be courtships. Courtship, a lot of us are afraid of courtship.
Yes, we are.
But I can tell you this, you should be in a courtship once a year. At least once a year, because all courtship does not lead to marriage.
That's right.
Nor should it. We should be in courtship with brothers, getting experience with the brother, getting his way, getting his idea, getting down what he's saying, and then getting down what she's saying too, brother.
Yes.
Find out what she's about, because you need to know what you should come into courtship with 1,000 questions at least.
Right. Come on.
Not 2. Not do you like Pepsi or Coke?
No.
You like Snickers or Reese's? What is that to do with courtship? You gotta ask real pertinent questions when you're in courtship, because this is your life you're talking about now. This is your life, so you don't want to play with that thing. You want to be very serious in your courtship, and you should have a camera, sister, that you should request to see his house, how he's living right now, and you should make sure that you have a camera to get your house as well, sister, so he can see how you living, because that's the idea of courtship, to see how we're living, and to put the evidence on the table, because we do lie sometimes. I hate to admit that. We do lie.
Yes,
it's a reality, brother. Yes,
God, we do lie. Yes. So you need to have courtship. You have to have it. Take it faithfully. You should have at least 10 people on your board for your courtship board. You should have 10 people to investigate the brother, to investigate this. Have the captain of the mosque investigate that brother. Tell me about him. Tell me what you like about him. Tell me what you don't like about him.
And we run away from, again.
We run away.
We got to have our success is in the process.
It's the process.
Just like we work for different jobs, there's processes to the task that they require for us to fulfill.
That's right.
In our nation, it is a courtship process. We're not sliding in the DMs. We're not calling.
We're not doing that.
And we don't have first of all, if someone come to you and they don't want to follow the process of Muhammad, that's a red flag to you as a brother, as a sister. That's a red flag.
That's
because if you are not following Muhammad's way in the beginning, I'm going to have chaos in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end, because you got Herlam and Islam and not Islam. Our way is the proper way. And what happens is we're so submerged into this world. We're doing things like the world. How does Muhammad say to do it? And see, once we know the way, that's the way we want to live. Again, we do what we want to do because we have what? Freedom of choice. We have our will to do what we desire. But at the end of the day, the courtship process is to help you. First of all, we shouldn't go into the courtship process if we're not learning ourselves. Because we're going to make the same errors. Because if I'm not learning all about myself while I'm by myself, then I'm going to choose the wrong person again. If I'm studying, if I'm working on healing from my own past traumas and hurts and pain, all the things that I know are issues, or people have told you what your issues are, whether it was your mama, whether it was your ex-boyfriends before you came in, people have told you about you. So you have to ask yourself, is it still true? Like he just spoke about lying. If you know right now, as a single person, that you are a perpetual liar, how successful is your marriage going to be? It's not. You're going to run into so much difficulty because you lie so much. If you are not trustworthy as a single person, then what kind of difficulty will that future spouse have with you? Because they can't trust you. If you tell me you going on a corner, you going out with the brothers, y'all doing you're doing the community work, and then I have a sister call me and say, hey, such and such, and you like, oh yeah, my husband's out there with the, my husband been back home since 7 o'clock. See that right there? That's an issue, right? Because so again, when we talk about Islam, when we talk about whatever we believe, whether you're Christian, Muslim, to those who may not be, maybe you're a Christian, whatever your principles are, your morals are, you're looking for that person to match your morals, especially the man. You're supposed to be the head of the household. Minister said, the brothers, your moral character should be sublime. Why? You are the head of a house, the kingdom of God, the cornerstone. Well, sir, if it's God, man, woman, child, everybody's after God is you. So if she's looking to you, she's looking for, if I'm striving to be morally correct, I'm looking for that in my spouse too. You're the person I'm trusting. You're the one that's guiding us, that's helping us, that's leading us. But if I have to now worry about your moral, ethical character, then now that is when you talk about what are some of the issues that cause divorce, what are some of the issues that cause problems, it's the problems right there. After, if you're not praying, you're not fasting, you're not doing our 5 pillars at all, and then now you're lying, you're cheating, you're sneaking around. See, these are things that cause problems that are unnecessary problems, because what is it? Making sure I am correcting myself at all times. If I'm being found with fault, let me correct myself. Take that key word, accountability, my responsibility to be a person. That's what the number one thing I love about our minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when he said, I have never ever written a bounce check.
That's right. That's right.
He's giving us a principle.
That's right.
That you have to be a principle-based person. When he said my mother would whoop me when I would tell a lie. And we know when the minister say something, it's done.
Yeah. It's gold. That's right.
Gold. See, when we say I love the minister, but he's also, when you say you love him, you say I'm a follower of him, then what are you following?
Right.
Because if I'm an MGT wife and you following the man that I love, the Messiah that I believe the minister is, then I'm looking for you to have the same moral character that I'm being taught. that I'm striving to do. And brother, that's one of the number one problems right there, is that if I can't trust you as the head of the household, you don't practice, Islam, freedom, justice, and equality equals Islam.
That's right.
Peace.
That's right.
If I'm not receiving the Islam that I'm being taught, and you're not an example of that Islam, that is why our homes are falling apart. Because we will say what's out of our mouth, but not the behavior that goes with it.
That's all praises due to Allah.
Right. Y'all know what that is.
It reminds me of something Minister Bia shared with us about honesty and the very little things that we think are insignificant.
Come on now.
But he said, never let your wife hear you lie to a bill collector on the phone.
Right.
And he said, the reason why you should never let your wife hear you lie to a debtor is because she knows now you're capable of lying.
That's right.
Capable of dishonesty.
And one lie, one little bitty stinking lie, one little bitty stinking lie can undermine your whole marriage.
That is true.
Yes.
It don't take much.
That's
just
right.
one lie. That's why we must be men of character.
Come on.
That's what the FOI class is supposed to be building in us, men of character.
That's right.
And not lazy, shiftless men who are well-dressed bums. We're not supposed to be well-dressed bums.
No.
We are men of character.
That's
you know, and Minister Farrakhan said, I want to see successful marriage in the nation of Islam and among Black people. That's what he said. That's our mission. Our mission as the marriage keepers is to help him to see that day in reality. Successful marriage.
Right.
We are striving so hard, but we got so much stuff going on in our lives. Oh my God.
Right.
Woo, we got some stuff going on.
Yes.
All praise
I can tell you, brother, sometimes it's us. You know, have you met the enemy? It is me. Have you met the enemy in the mirror? You know, Michael Jackson sing that song. He said, I'm looking for the man in the mirror. Well, you are looking for the man in the mirror.
That's right.
And you should ask him to change his ways.
Come on. That's right.
His ways. See, in the marriage, it's Cecelia just said, if you got a problem with that lying thing, oh my God, you got to deal with that.
Yes, sir.
Because that's a serious problem.
Yes,
you know, some of us lie at the drop of a hat.
For no reason, sometimes.
We have no reason to be lying like we do, but we lie.
That's right.
Escape justice or what have you, and it's causing many, many problems. So I'm very happy that Minister Farrakhan has stated his desire to see successful marriage in the nation of Islam and among Black people.
Right.
He is trying his best. 72 years.
Come on now.
Of working with Black people, trying to get us to be married, trying to be successfully married. He's given us all kind of principles to be married. See, after you talk to Allah, go find an article that the Minister Farrakhan has written. He's talked about nearly every topic you could ever think of. He's talked about it in his lectures.
That's true.
Right. But if you're a lazy reader, I ask people all the time, I say, when I'm counseling people, I say, brother, how many books do you have on being a good husband? The brother would say, I have 0 books on being a good husband. How many books do you have on being a good father? Brother says, I ain't got no books on being a good father. With all the books that are written every single year, he has none. Then I asked the sister, because I don't let her off the hook either. Have you had any books on being a good wife? She says, I ain't got none.
Mm.
I ain't got none.
Right.
All the books out there on being a good wife. What about being a good mother?
Come on.
Same thing. I ain't got no book. We are not reading. We have to be, the readers will be leaders and the leaders will be readers.
Mm-hmm.
In this current world that's going in and out, in the world that we hope to bring in, I hope to bring in a world full of readers so that we can help Minister Farrakhan as best we can because we've acquired knowledge through reading. Do you think it's all come from a tape? No, you got to sit down and open up a book and apply some of what you have learned in the book. See, we have to become better in our being a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I don't want to clap for him no more and cheer him on and tell him to do the work. Go ahead, minister. Go ahead, minister. And I'm sitting there looking at him and he's looking at me telling me, when are you going to do your work? Because that's what Minister Farrakhan is trying to get us to understand. This is our work too.
And your marriage.
Right. No
It's work. It's work. It ain't no easy thing. We didn't get to 33 years just because we wanted to.
Come on.
We worked every day of our marriage to get here.
Yes, sir. All praises due to Allah. And congratulations, dear brother and sister. 33 years is excellent on the journey.
Allah's the great.
All praises due to Allah. I'd like to just make a couple of announcements, housekeeping announcements, and welcome those who are joining the broadcast at this hour. We just want to let you know that we are hosting our dear brother and sister, Brother Marcus Muhammad and Sister Cecelia Muhammad. And what we're going to be talking about, have been discussing, is marriage, the cornerstone of family. And of course, in this upcoming hour, we want to talk about this new and upcoming marriage retreat that is scheduled for August it's in Detroit, right?
Detroit, Michigan.
Yes, sir. All praises due to Allah. And there's the flyer. And of course, you see our dear brother, student minister Troy, and the student national assistant to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, student minister Ishmael. You got the Western Regional Minister and his beloved wife, Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad. Yes. And of course, we have yours truly, Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia and Sister Carmen Herrera, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. All praises due to Allah. And this is August 27th through to September 1st, 2025. And the information is on the flyer. And again, we're going to refer back to it so everyone will know and have the information and the way to participate. We want to, at this time, as another housekeeping announcement, thank all of you who have tuned in to the Closing the Gap broadcast for all of these years. And of course, those of you who are tuned in tonight. And we thank you so much for your charitable effort of lending us your time and your attention. That's the best charity that you can give. I want to ask for those of you who might want to show your gratitude through an expression of financial donation. We have that information scrolling on the bottom of the screen. If you use PayPal, it's jkingdom1@aol.com. If you use Cash App, it's $CTG Broadcast. And if you use Zelle, it's Closing the Gap Broadcast @gmail.com. All of what we do with the help and because of the help of our dear brothers and sisters and all of you in our viewing and listening audience, from whatever ethnic or racial persuasion or religious persuasion you might come from, which you might come, what we're doing with your help. We're blessed to grow from a singular broadcast to now a broadcast network with 6 broadcasts under the umbrella of Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. We could not do that without your help. So we ask you to continue to support us, continue to help us, certainly with your attendance and participation, your time and your attention. That's the best thing. That's the greatest thing.
That's right.
Those of you who want to help us financially, we encourage you to do so.
Absolutely.
So now, let's proceed.
Praise be to Allah.
Part of this broadcast.
Alhamdulillah.
At this time, we want you to definitely emphasize the information regarding the upcoming marriage retreat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So like you mentioned on the flyer, the marriage retreat is August. We ask people to come in on the Wednesday, which is that 27th. It starts by God's grace on that Thursday morning. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, Sunday evening, we close out. It's full with interactive activities for those who have participated. And we also have a Zoom component. So for those who may not be able to come face to face, then they are able to participate via Zoom for the whole event. They're able to interact via the Zoom and participate and hear and ask questions and just have a wonderful time. So ever since COVID, by Allah's grace, we've been doing both.
Right, and that's just $100 for you. You'll receive our workbooks. They will be given to you both, and then you'll be able to see the whole, from opening prayer all the way to the end of the time we will be together.
Renewal of vows, ends it out.
Well,
the renewal of vows ends it out.
So you'll see all that, and I know that you're excited about the renewal of vows, because everybody who comes to us, they are so excited about the renewing of vows.
Wow.
And we were blessed to do that, brother.
Yes, sir.
When we were on the partaking of the marriage retreat, we were blessed, my wife and I, to do that, renew our vows.
Yes,
at
sir.
the marriage retreat. So all praise is due to Allah. Now, the website information, I saw it. If we can post it again, but the post was very small. So if we can post it again, that's great, Sister Sheila. But it's rather small. It's under the name of go ahead, if you can tell us.
Can somebody? It's www.themarriagekeepers.com. www.themarriagekeepers.com, and there you can register for our event. And you can either register online, that's $100. But if you come in person, that will be $215. We ask that because we're getting a van and we want to be able to pay for the van, and we got other expenses that we have to take care of. So we are doing it in Detroit, Michigan this year, and it's going to be a wonderful gathering of other married people who are struggling just like you.
That's right.
And they are committed to trying to work through their difficulties and try to find some solutions to their difficulties. And so we thank Allah for all the help that we've been getting by Allah's grace. All y'all putting us on your shows. Thank you all very, very much, Brother Minister, for doing this for us. Thank y'all for doing this, because this helps us get the word out about what we're doing for our nation. This is something that we do for the nation of Islam, for our own people. You know, a lot of times you think that we can't do this without sponsorships, and it's generally harder when you try to do this without sponsorships. But we do the best we can do. And we depend on you for your support, and we ask you for your support. Please help us by Allah's grace to do this wonderful work we're trying to do. We're trying to help Minister Farrakhan. You know, the one that we told you about earlier, who said, I want to see successful marriage in the nation of Islam and among Black people. We're trying to fulfill that for Minister Farrakhan and fulfill that for his beautiful family and fulfill that for everybody who is trying to help him. We're trying to help him in a mighty way. And we ask you to please look out for us. And look for him. Look out for yourself.
That's right.
Because you're going to receive a 50-page workbook, and it's going to have everybody's work in the workbook. Oh, man, we have so many things to tell you about. We have a financial workshop with Miss Sister, what's her name, Cecelia?
Carmen Herrera.
Carmen Herrera. She is the accountant of, she's
a wealth advisor.
The wealth advisor.
If you go to her website, you will see the caliber that we're striving to bring to the believers this year. We have Sister Melissa Muhammad out of DC. She is phenomenal with what she has contributed to the marriage retreats, Brother Daoud, with the finance, because finances is a big part of our marriages. It causes a lot of arguments. It causes a lot of divorces. So Allah's grace, the object is for us to give solutions. And she is a wealth advisor. She takes you from where you are to where you want to invest. I mean, every level. She's been doing it for over 30 years. And again, this is open to all husband and wife couples. You do not have to be a Muslim in the nation.
That's right.
It's open to all husband and wife to participate either in person, coming to Detroit, or again, you can participate via Zoom. The object, we were to say one sentence that represent what the Marriage Keepers, what it's all about. It's helping you, giving you advanced relationship skills to help us to be successful. So no matter where we are in our marriage, the dynamics that's going on, if we look to get help, get advanced skills. I know what my mama and them did, but now I have the ability to get more knowledge to help me to do it. You can do something 10 different ways. Why keep doing it the same way? And we're in this rut. We're in this position where, I'm just going to rely on my own knowledge. Why? When God has so much knowledge to give us, and it's nothing like being in a room with couples who've are newlyweds. We've had newlyweds who just got married a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and they make their way to the marriage retreats. And then you have couples who've been married 40 years, 50 years, and we're all sharing and enjoying. And it's just a powerful atmosphere, a powerful time. And when you go on our website, you can hear, you go click on testimonials. If you say, well, I don't know. Well, go listen to testimonials from our brothers and sisters.
Stop listening to them people who ain't never been to the marriage retreat tell you about the marriage retreat. We got too many people out there in the nation right now talking about, I ain't going to no marriage retreat. You ain't even married.
Right.
But you're going to talk about marriage and you ain't even married. Stop.
Wow.
And it's at this point to me, really, first of all, the knowledge that we receive in the nation, the supreme wisdom that we receive, and turning that into daily practices. That's our success. That's the ingredient to helping us be in that type of atmosphere to help solve the trials, help solve the issues, and take it and put it into action. Communicating better means me shutting my mouth and listening to your point of view, your perspective, and not me trying to force you to see it my way, to do it my way. That's not what it's about. It's about vibing together, give and take and give and take, and sitting down and setting goals and making those goals happen, helping our children to be little gods, to bring again, it's a whole cycle that we're dealing with here. And for us to be going to we have counseled couples and they're like, well, we want a divorce. And me and Marcus look at each other and we bust out laughing. And they looking at us like, you are absolutely crazy. Why are you laughing at us right now? And it's like, are you seriously talking about getting a divorce for that? The things that we're getting a divorce, all it requires is for you to say, you know what, brother minister, you know what, sister captain or brother captain or whoever you want to confide in to get you some assistance with where you are at. This year we were at Savior's Day. We had two brothers come to our table, two separate brothers.
Separate.
Came to the table and they was like, man, I wish we would have purchased your books before. And then we was like, well, brother, you can purchase now. Why? Oh, we're divorced now.
Hey, we're divorced.
Just this year. And I was like, why? Why? We have to continue to our slogan, fight for your marriage.
We have published 17 books, but in fact, we now have 19 books that we've now published.
Wow.
And by Allah's grace, they're all male-female relationship books. They're all based around the protection of the family. And you can purchase our book, just in case you're interested, on www.themarriagekeepers.com. You can purchase the book. We'd be happy. The book costs $10. You can't ask for a better deal than that.
Okay.
100 tips.
200 tips.
Book. And another two more testimonials. We had some young brothers. They were around their late 20s, some were early 20s. And one particular brother said, your book helped save my life. I don't know what was in it, but it's a book that we have called Manhood, Fatherhood Training. Because that's where my husband started with dealing with the males. Our youth intervention services, our nonprofit, started with my husband dealing with our most at-risk young men who were in the juvenile justice system to our most elite. And from working with our young men and being a man and being an FOI to give the guidance to our brothers who may not have that father there, that brother who may be struggling with, how to lead your wife and children in these troubled times.
That's right.
And another brother 2 years ago, he said him and his wife were on the verge of getting a divorce.
Wow.
And he was a truck driver. He said, brother, I started reading your book from cover to cover. To cover. And he said, that's why we're here right now at your table, because of that book, Manhood, Fatherhood.
Come on.
So for our brothers who are struggling and you don't want you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to tell somebody what you're dealing with. Come, call Brother Marcus, call a brother and talk and get the books and have that session with yourself to learn what you need to learn. Sister, for us to learn, because if we are deficient in an area, we have no excuse today. We have no excuse except what some have just said. I don't want the marriage no more. I don't want to be with him no more. I don't want to be where we have couples who are just like that. I don't want this no more. And when we get to that point, I say, you know what that means? That means that we have to go to Allah and ask him to broaden our breasts. I said this to believers. I said, what would have happened if the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't take plenty?
That's right.
What would have happened if the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, you know what? I'm tired of y'all black people. I'm tired of all these people attacking me. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I said, if they would have walked out on us, would we be here today?
That's right.
So your marriage is a part of your Islam. The examples you have for the God to say, Master Muhammad to say to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, take plenty.
Yes.
What does taking plenty look like? Welcome to marriage.
All praises due to Allah. My dear brother and sister and student minister Chad, I'm sorry that I had to briefly excuse myself, but this is a call, obviously, that I have to take. It's kind of urgent.
Okay.
Yes, keep calling me.
Okay. You're all good.
Can I just find out what this is about.
Go ahead. We got it locked. We family. We got it.
Be right back.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. I'm gonna post a question by Brother Tony. He put, I think it's timely. He's Assalamu alaikum. How did you work as a married couple dedicated to saving marriage and helping single believers find their spouses begin? How did it begin?
Well, we had a sister.
Well, yours really began.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a long time, brother. This is a great work that we've been trying to do by Allah's grace. We started with the marriage work started with a sister who came to my wife, and she said to her, "Well, sister,
Memphis, Tennessee,
Sister Deborah." She came to my wife. She said, "We have been trying our best to get couples to help us with the singles event, and we want to now do a marriage event. Would you all help us to do a marriage event?"
Right.
And we said, yes, of course we would help you. And so she got a beautiful facility there in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Right.
And that's where we did the first annual marriage retreat at. And we had so many believers there. And by Allah's grace, it went off so well. We didn't know believers was that hungry. They was hungry for what we were trying to offer.
Right.
And we thank Allah for that. And it continued from there. Next year we did
for 4 years, she did everything.
Yes, that's right.
For those first 4 years, because she was already an event planner.
Yes.
She did a magnificent job. But after the 4 years, she said to us, she says, "I'm finished. I'm done."
Pass the baton.
And so by Allah's grace, we continued it on. But the main reason why she reached out was because she said, because you have married couples as chaperones and assisting with our events and stuff for our single believers, she said she found a lot of couples were either getting a divorce, not doing too well as a couple, so they did not want to assist in that manner. And so that was like a red flag for her, and that's what started it. By Allah's grace and permission, was that she was moved to do that. And the singles component, before Facebook came, we had a brother here who's now our Faith Farms brother, Patrick Muhammad, and his beautiful wife, Sister Ishtar. They had a platform that was before Facebook came out. And the believers were coming on, doing blogs, doing different things with that group. And the singles would have their different little groups together, and they would invite Brother Marcus to come and speak. And that's how she got to reach Brother Marcus, was because he would come and assist the singles at that time on that blog that Brother Patrick had done, started for the believers to have that. And once that occurred, so we were doing marriage retreats every year. We were doing the marriage retreats, and then single sisters and brothers was like, "Y'all doing such great things for the married couples. I see y'all traveling, taking cruises, doing this, doing what you gonna do for the singles?" And then that began the single social weekends, where it was designed explicitly for every single couples to come out and socialize and have a good time. And that whole weekend is dedicated to them socializing and talking and being around each other. And then that Sunday, we asked brothers to put in papers for the sister they wish to continue to speak with after the single social weekends are over. And so again, following what our minister said, setting up the correct environment for our single brothers and sisters. And so when our national labels, they had announced the Tuesday calendar for the believers, and every Tuesday, every month, every study group is doing something nationwide. The more we do things like that in our cities, we are going to attract our people because they're hungry for another way.
Right.
But that's how it all started by Allah.
Praise be to Allah. That's interesting story. We most definitely thank y'all for all that you do. And it's good to hear the other side of it, because we a lot of times, of course, hear about the marriage retreat. But when it comes to the singles, that's what I mean. There's a lot of single people that's been single for a long time.
Yes, a whole long.
I don't know how they do it, brother.
I mean, I don't understand how they be single for a week. I can be single for a week. I have to go meet somebody. Sister, you come with me. We get married. I'm just playing.
I got you. Now I know we talked a lot about some of the the challenges, and y'all have shared stories about those that wanted to fall out of marriage and whatnot. Do y'all mind sharing, like, what are the signs of a successful and spiritual healthy marriage?
Well, definitely it's going to be the opposite of that. Is that we're praying together, we're fasting together, with our the spiritual component is very healthy, very active. We're getting up for our Fajr's prayer. We're making prayer, and even to the point for me and my husband where we would call each other at prayer times to say prayer. So again, it's really practicing it together on that journey together. Excellent communication, where we're consistently communicating our feelings, our thoughts, and the other person feels heard.
Right.
They feel and know that you care, because it's one thing for someone to ignore, but it's that person who takes the time. We turn off the TV, we put the phones away, and we focus our energy and our time with each other. We tell couples, with our day-to-day busy lives, we need to take that time away from everything, and we give them a little recipe, like at least once out of a month. You should go on date night at least twice a month. At least twice a month, do a date.
Yes.
Every 2 months or so, or 3 months, depending on your budget. Go away for the weekend.
That's right.
Okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're gone. Just the two of us. We're going somewhere. And every 6 months, at least 4 to 5 days, however you can set it up, to go away again. Because again, the more we are intentional in making sure we connect, to make sure that we are tight, so that no matter what comes, the struggles that come, we are so strong because we're purposely striving to be connected. Brother Marcus?
Right. And I would say, brother, another thing for you to consider is when you have her there, listen to her. And that cell phone is so critical, because the cell phone, we have that Minister Sharif always talks about that phone, how the phone is glued to our hands. We act like it's unglueable. I can't put it down at all because it's going to jump right back in my hand. No, you have to put the phone down and turn to your wife when she's talking to you. This is what we do. We have a thing. And we're talking. And we're looking. And she's focusing. She gives me the verbal signals, the signals that she's listening. Do the verbal signals. Okay. And then I'll go. Now I would like to talk about this right here. Now, you okay when we talk about that, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, we're talking.
Right.
We're communicating. We're not talking loud, because nigga loud. No, we don't gotta be nigga loud. We're talking straight words to each other, and we're considering how she's taking it. I'm talking to her, and I want her to hear me. And some things are a whisper. And the minister said, truth is still the truth, even if it's whispered.
That's right.
Come on.
So I just wanted to say that to us, because we always got a loud truth. Loud. Whisper it.
Yes.
Whisper it, honey. And then I said this, Then I said that because, you know, she comes home from work sometimes and she starts talking.
Right.
And you got to be there to listen, brother. You have to be there to listen. And this is how you listen to her when she's talking. And then, okay, you're nodding your head.
And asking questions.
And asking questions.
Letting them know that you are fully at their attention. You're listening to them by asking. So what, did that really happen?
Not this. No, she talking to me and I'm looking at my phone.
Right.
You see me?
And quality time. Quality time.
Yes.
Giving it to your spouse, that quality time with you are focused on the two of you. Because that phone ringing all the time, some wives, some husbands want to lock that phone up the minute you come home.
Certain restaurants that you go into today, they take everybody's phone when y'all sit down at the table and they put your name on the phone, and they will not allow you to have the phone until after your meal has been done and served. And that way, they ensure conversation is going on at the table. So we go into some restaurants, and you always know the new couples and the old couples. The new couples are sitting there with their cell phones, both of them with the cell phone in their face. And you see a light going off of the phone and it's in their face, and they're not listening to each other. They're talking on their phone, focusing on their phone, focus on what they're doing. You know, Facebook has been cited in 5% of all divorces in America. Facebook has been decided, it's been cited as the cause of the divorce. Hey.
Social media.
That's incredible.
Social media is the devil itself, if you allow it to be.
Right.
But if you don't allow it to be the devil and you allow it to help you, then that's different than allowing it to be the devil. If you're looking for your old boyfriend, your old girlfriend,
right? Yes.
We got a book called Successful Things. Couples. We got
successful couples do what
successful couples do what unsuccessful couples don't do. It's a great book for you to look through and to have at your dinner table and have at your table of discussion. Because you know, if you're having dinner with your family, have you ever had dinner with your family and there was nothing to talk about? Silence at the dinner table. Now, you know, when we were coming up, we had 6 children. Oh, no, we could not engage them at the dinner table with no discussion. We started to talk with them. We asked the little one, how you doing in school? And how you doing in your life? Everything going well with you? And he, but that. Something like that he would say. Then we go next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. All the way up to the oldest boy who would tell us about his day in school. And what are you done in school? And what did they teach you? And what happened? And he did what? And I'm sitting there with them, listening, processing them through their day, trying to get them talking. And then we had goals that me and Cecelia had discussed previously, and we announced to them the goals. And y'all know my family is a family of sellers. Oh my God. You didn't get sold unless you came to Savior's Day and you got my family, because we would sell you on something, some book, some tape, something going on. We would do the best we could to make you see the value of what we're trying to do. And we thank Allah for all of the believers throughout the country that have helped us all these many, many years. Thank you for what you did to help us to be what we are today. It's because of you. It's because of you that we are something of value for our nation of Islam. Thank you so much.
Praise be to
Praise
Allah.
is due to Allah. Well, you are performing a magnificent service.
That's right.
Much needed, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are the grateful ones, dear brother.
Yes, we are. Yes.
keep up the wonderful work. All
you.
praises due to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. It is 8:40 time. It's fleeing. You know,
Yeah,
we always try.
Maybe what? About 5 more minutes.
Yes.
We're under some serious time constraints.
Yes,
Otherwise,
yes,
we get beat up by our producer.
Yes, sir.
Because we have to close out at a certain time so that this broadcast can be archived and people can go and review it again. So we've got about maybe five.
That's good. That's good, because I got a question that came in, so that should be great. Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
All right, here it go. This is from our very own student protocol director, Sister Nikisha X. She say, Assalamu alaikum. I read your book, Communication Skills in Marriage. It was very enlightening on how to handle each other. What do you feel is the most important skill set for singles to develop prior to marriage?
The books that we have, Skills in Marriage, all of our books by Allah's grace is 200 tips in every book. And the more we take single, married, especially single, getting prepared, you know, if again, knowing yourself, where are some of my deficiencies that I need? Start practicing it at the mosque, practicing it at work, implementing the skills of communication. You at your family's house, you wherever you are with people, start to practice. Let me deal more with listening than thinking of my response. See, just that alone is one we all could work on. You know, let me do less talking, more listening. You know, let me be like Brother Mela, Brother Malik Saeed, our Western Regional Minister. He said, be interested in other people. And anyone who deal with sales, they say, find out what the people need. You know, don't push on them what you want to sell them, but what do the people need? Everyone has a need. Fulfill that need through better communication. Our children, they want to talk. They want to be heard. They want to be little people. They want to be respected. So all of the skills that are in the communication book are in conflict resolution. It's skills that no matter we're single or married, practice those skills on a daily basis to help us to change behaviors that we know can be improved. Like as we're taught, there's different degrees to everything. And, you know, sometimes we have couples that say, oh, we in heaven already. I said, wonderful. Take the book to be in heaven too. You know, if you in heaven one, there's levels to heaven. There's levels.
That's right.
You know, so I've been married 50 years. We in heaven. Excellent. Let's go to heaven too. Here you go.
That's
Communication.
right.
You know, so again, it's everyone can use those skills.
And you would be surprised at how the spouse that you with, you think your relationship is wonderful, but do they think the same way that you think?
That's a good question.
Do they think it's wonderful? Or are you saying it's wonderful, but they are not saying what they really think about the relationship? And I'm telling you, what we do helps the nation. The counseling that we do is superb. It's cutting edge. What we do with the syllabus assessment, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. You will learn in written dialogue in 18 pages or more the answers that you provide. It will tell you how you're doing in your marriage. And it's very powerful. We've had hundreds of couples to do this with us. This syllabus assessment is unreal. And you know what everybody who take it from us say? They say 2 words. It's deadly accurate. That's what they say to us.
Wow.
Because it's so mind-boggling that, in finding out how your husband is thinking in the marriage, and you can tell quickly if he's suffering from stinking thinking. You can tell quickly if your wife is suffering with stinking thinking. And that's when you have no goals for the marriage. You're married, but you have no goals. How can you be in a marriage with no goals? What are you striving for every single day that you get up if there are no goals? So one of the things that we do with the marriage tree, we start off talking to you immediately about goals and about setting an agenda for the family so that the family can be successful. This is the 15th year of us doing this. This is not your father's Oldsmobile. This is the 15th year. So we have to keep on improving what we do every single year so that y'all keep on coming back.
All praises due to Allah.
Allahu Akbar. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Yes. Thank you, Brother James. It's now 8:46, I guess.
Yes, sir. We're going to have to go to our closing announcements.
Yes,
Let me say, we're so very appreciative of both of you.
Thank you
for the service that you offer to the nation and to all who would participate and lend an ear and their time and attention to you and to what you are attempting to do and the correction that you are attempting to make in the nation and again among all who would listen. Marriage indeed is the cornerstone of family, and as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, family is the cornerstone of community, and community is the cornerstone of nation, but it starts with marriage.
Right.
It starts with marriage. And I, like you, and I think all of us would like to see more marriages.
Yes.
The Nation of Islam, but more committed brothers and sisters, one to the other. I have been blessed to be with my wife and she with me for 43 years. And I can tell you it is a process.
It's
definitely a process. And I thank Allah for allowing her or causing her to put up with me.
That's a lot. That's a lot right there.
We happy too, brother. We happy too.
Yes, all praises due to Allah. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yes.
We will be at your service anytime you have an effort in this regard that you want to promote. We're happy to to bring you in on the show. It is to our benefit. Yes. While you are grateful, we again are the grateful ones because the information that you share, it is to our benefit and the benefit of all of our listening and viewing audience. So thank you. Once again, give us that website because it's so small.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's www.themarriagekeepers.com. Again, that's www.themarriagekeepers.com. For those of you who are interested in counseling, please reach out to us at 770-256-8856. For those of you who are interested in counseling or more information on the marriage workshops that we're going to be doing this in August, simply call me at 770-256-8856. We'll be very happy to help you to see what we are seeing. May Allah bless you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. And we'll see you again, inshallah.
Thank you, sir.
For the next one. All praises due to Allah. Thank you again, brother and sister.
Thank you.
May Allah continue to bless you.
Thank you.
All praises due to Allah.
All right. At this time, family, we would get ready to go to our announcement. All right. First of all, we just want to let everyone know we have the final call. You can get that at finalcall.com with the latest and the greatest news. Make sure you pick up your copy of that. Also, you can subscribe today at finalcalldigital.com. That way you'll know every week that it'll be coming in and that you'll be able to get the updated information through the finalcalldigital.com. If you see the brothers out on the streets, make sure that you get one. It's just a $2 donation, and know that part of it go toward our school. So make sure you honk at one of the brothers, call them over so you can get one. If you see our dear sisters, praise be to Allah. Also, we have store.finalcall.com where you can pick up the latest books of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and also videotapes, DVDs, MP3s, and CDs of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. These are messages of guidance that can help us during these times. Alhamdulillah. We also have Final Call Radio. This is a free app where 24/7 you can listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, different lectures, also his musical compilations. You'll be able to hear that also. You can go at lctwmusic.com, and you can also pick up this wonderful box set full of CDs. It's a limited edition. You can get this box set today. So please get this, and also make a wonderful gift for someone.
That's right.
Praise be to Allah. Family, we want to also encourage those, whether you're listening for your very first time, second time, if you believe what you heard to be the truth and it's good, and you want to learn more about the Nation of Islam, we want to encourage you to go to noi.org/join and fill out the digital form you see here on the screen so that someone can get back in touch with you and you can start the process of orientation.
Yes.
All right. We also want to let everyone know, if by chance that you're in the city of Tampa, the Bay Area, you're in St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Bradenton, Sarasota, we want to encourage you to come out tomorrow to hear from yours truly, Student Minister James Muhammad, at Mosque 47, with this great title that's called Allah God is Our Role Model. Do yourself a favor, come out and bring someone with you.
Yes, please.
And if you're not in the area of Tampa Bay, one of the things we encourage you to do is, go to your nearest mosque or study groups. If you can't make it there, then go online to noi.org to hear from one of the student ministers up under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, giving life-giving teachings. And that's noi.org. Thank you. Brother James, I turn it back over to you, dear brother.
Praises due to Allah. Well, I think we ended in good time.
Yes.
Thank you. I want to thank our guests once again for being on the program. Again, a wealth of information, very, very, very essential to the growth and development for an individual, because a man doesn't know who he is without a woman, and a woman really doesn't know who she is without a man. We complement each other, and the complement must be in the process of marriage to get the benefit of the process. No more boyfriend and girlfriend, no more main squeens and my boo and all of that. We understand. But no, marriage. And as you underscored, legally married.
Legally married.
All praises due to Allah. And so until next week, my dear family of listeners and viewers, we thank you for tuning in this week. And until next week, same time, same station, we look forward to seeing you once again. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sir.